Hello. Hi, Gen 92465. I hope you had all a nice week. I keep talking about, most of the classes, right, towards the end or the start, I says that when you use your graphite pencil, it gives it kind of a three magical effect. So just see this work is in progress. So if you can see this side, I've done a shading, and this side I've not done a shading. So can you see the flatness out here, and then can you see the three-dimensional effect? That's what the shading does to your work. So just this work I was just doing from morning, kind of working on it. So thought of sharing it because it was lying on my desk, so the thought came to share it. So we'll wait for another couple of minutes. So we'll start the session by 8:05. Thanks, Sangyog Gala. So when you should watch, if you've been there now in the live right now, you should watch for this post when I'm going to post it, because once I finish it I'll be posting it across. So you'll see the end results, no, how the transform, because you've seen half, because anyway I'll be taking a photo of half and half, because that's what the purpose of it, to leave it. Sometimes I do that. So just see it. So let's wait another minute, and then we would start. And then we will start. So today's the card which got dropped in as I choose these cards when I do, just before the sessions, both for my other private classes and for these classes. I just choose at random card which is there. So today's, it was what it came was trust. Sometimes I do deliberate, because to convey some messages to the students. So this is usually for the Insta, I randomly pick it up. So today's was trust. So just trust that you can create. Just believe the process, believe it, and trust it, and trust yourself, and go ahead and create it. Okay, good. Let's start. For people who have already joined in, let's not delay further. So before we start the session, the normal conversation is that I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, certified from Zentangle Inc, and I'm authorized to take Zentangle classes. Because certified Zentangle teachers are authorized to teach the right methodology of the art form. So that's where. So I am a medium for the Zentangle and spreading the community across to the world, to the society, or to you all, the language of Zentangle, and making you aware and helping you all during this phase that we are all going through, and being there for each other. So that's why, if you see, I keep saying exchange of energy. So you being here, and if you're just not tangling, just being there is what makes a lot of differences. Like I can see one of my friend Meghna is out here, and she is an amazing artist. So she's a watercolor artist. She's amazing work on us. So sometimes, so you're just there. So that makes a lot of thing, being there. Hi Amber. So, or Ola, I'm not sure. So Ola. Okay, so that's what is the small, this one. And the tools what you're going to use is a Zentangle tile, a 3.5 inch tile. If you do not have this 3.5 inch tile, you can use any other cardstock or your sketchbook or your a good paper, which is just to draw and just to enjoy this 1 hour session of it, and to get yourself de-stressed and relax yourself. That's what. But when you want to really archive what you have created, when put in your hard work and everything, using the right material makes a lot of difference. So we use a 3.5 inch tile. That's why it's very small, and we use that main purpose of it. And I will be using today a black, it's going to be a black and white session, classic black and white. So I'm going to use Sakura Micron pen. So I'm using 2 different nibs because I'm going to have little inking. So very little inking today, so not much of drama out today. So we're going to use 2 pens, which is 05 and 01. And I'm going to use, if you do not have these Sakura pens, you can use any other normal pens which doesn't bleed. Like when I do the practice session, I teach you by using a uniball pen. So you can use a uniball pen. But if you really want to archive and store it, because we know the story of uniball pen, that they're really, the Sakura pens they've been really long lasting and they're really worth it, and the archivable quality. And I'm going to use a Zentangle graphite pencil or a stub or a Tortillon. So either, if you do not have these Zentangle graphite pencil, you can use a normal graphite pencil, and either of these stubs and Tortillon or a earbud. These are primarily used to give a 3-dimensional effect, which is what I was saying just before these sessions started. Amber, okay, greetings from Malaysia, great. So this is something which I was just wondering. I keep telling that, no, the 3, when you use these last 3 product, which is your last 2, and ideally when you use it, it gives a magic effect to your art form. That's when we use it. So if you see this part, this is just a work which I've been working on. So I've been got into labyrinth fever. So this is one of the latest. So this is, if you see, this is kind of shaded and everything, gives you 3 dimension. This is so flat. So once I shade, it will get into this kind of an effect onto it. So if you see it, so that's where it is. So that's where the importance of the shading is. I think the light is glaring it. So let me just switch off the light so you can get to see it. So the 3-dimensional effect of it. So that's where it is, right? So that's what. So that's with the tool. With these 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to create magic. Let's create. So it's just random when I'm been playing around with today also with one of the project series. This idea came in that I could do this. So I'm here. So I hope you will like it and do share your creativity. So let's start with the practice. We're going to do 2 patterns today. We're going to use one main center focus pattern and other one which is going to be a supporting one, right? So the main one is called as, the pattern name is called as bonus, right? And it's by a certified Zentangle teacher, Angie. Her patterns are really amazing ones, right? So we're going to use her, CZT. She's a CZT. So we're going to use her pattern. This is something like, as the name says, we're going to use, it's like a bow, which is like for your. So that's very simple. We're going to just start with a small circle orbs right in the center, and you can do as many you want. These kind of a teardrops in any direction, not close, but little far off, right? So you can do that. And then what you do from this, your previous one, you kind of take an extension and bring it out here. From here, bring it out, an extension out here to bring it out here. Bring it out here, the extension. So you can go just like this, and then you can go like the reverse direction, or you can go in this forward direction, either way around. So this is the main. Now in the gap, what we're going to do is we're going to do another one out here. So we're just going to do. So in these gaps you will draw a little longer, so to give a little bunchy kind of a look, or you can just do one. You can do a layered look by doing this. Right, so right at the gap you're going to go ahead and do it. Right, so that's all is going to be the pattern now. Now how we shade it and how you bring it up on the 3-dimensional effect is what we're going to look at doing it. So if you look at it, this is a small which going to say that like thank you. So if you see, that's a swatch card of it. So right, so now this you can even do it with just 4, or you can just do the number of this one can be how many ever you want it. You can reduce it, you increase it, and then if you really want to do another one, you can keep increasing to make it really bunchy kind of a stuff. So that's where it is. Right, so that's what it is. Right, I think I have missed out something very important. I think we haven't kind of, hi Sadhana, so we've not done our relaxation. So before we create our tie, we will do our relaxation session today for change. So this is the pattern we're going to use. So this is going to be a focus pattern, which is the bonus, and then we're going to use, like last time, I'm going to use an alphabet as a supporting one. So we're going to use today alphabet J. So we're going to use alphabet J. So you're going to draw an alphabet J here in the straight direction, and then you're going to draw the alphabet J in the opposite direction. So we're going to just leave a gap, and then we're going to go, now this is in downward, so now this will go in the opposite direction. This is coming from our latest project, like I said in the last class, which is very nice project. So it's even with alphabets you can play around a lot. So that's what. So we're going to use these two and create it. So this is going to be our main one, and this is going to be our supporting one, and you might have another extension or something popping up. Those will be the additional actors. So we're going to use our tie, and this one, before I step forward, this one I have done a little curvy. She demonstrated straight. You can do it straight. It's like this. You can do like this. You can do the straight one, not the curvy one. You can do the straight ones, but I somehow like this idea out here, little being, because see, once you have a straight and you know you need to be really emo. So once it's your wavy and it's like a going here and there kind of a stuff, which actually gives it more natural kind of a look. So we will go with that. Hi Shraddha, Sadhna, sorry. Hi Sadhna. So let's go. So today, like we will draw, we're going to just put a reference of 4 dots. We're just going to do the border, keep it. We may use it or we may ignore it. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my, and while I just want to demonstrate, another way of doing it is like you can do free flow. If you're finding it little difficult, you can just do a reference of a circle so that you can have the thing, and then do another circle which is like a bigger, it's like a bigger circle, so which can be your outer layer. So that's just a reference, but ensure that you do it in a very light pencil mark, so because you're going to, so you don't leave it. So I'm just going to do the placement. Okay, here I've not done the border, so I continue on the border part. So I'm just going to do, so I'm just going to think that I'm going to do this part because I'm going to do the supporting line, right? So I just need the space for the supporting line, right? And then I'm going to use so I'm going to just drawing the string. So we can just going to do a corner. So I'm doing it a very light pencil mark, very light, because that's where it is. So I will not be inking it right now. First I'll be drawing the center one, and then I'll be going to inking it up. So this is going to be our reference right now, right? So let's start. Because I'm sure we will go beyond this particular place. So I'm just going to draw those tear marks. So I keep rotating my tile. Right. So we can just go. We're just joining it. Right. So now see, the reason is that, see, if I've done it on deliberate, I ensure that I did this. So if you want to put those in a more aligned and everything, so if you see these three are a little far off, these three are a little close, that gives you a kind of a little natural look to it. So if you look at too much of symmetry on it, it loses the charm on it. So I'm going to now go out and draw my outer one a little bigger. So if there is a space, you can start right there. Right. So it need not assume that it's coming from here. So it can be just that's why I said your marks, pencil marks, have to be very light. Right? So are we comfortable with this? This is going to be our main pattern. Right? So just trust the process and keep doing it. Right? And this is the swatch of that one. So, right? So we can just go and do that. We will not be shading it right now. We will shade it. If you want to do it, you can do it little more bigger, and where you can do a lot of embellishment, and we're going to just leave it plain. But what I'm going to do is, as usual, a little drama. So I'm just going to draw just a border. Right? I'm just leaving it plain. Now if you want to, we can embellish it. I will show that on, maybe, wait, let's go. Let's see. Right, so we've done this. Now we're going to go okay. So just to show it out here before we go in here, maybe when you want to do an embellishment, you can try doing, assume we have done this, you can just put dots, right? Or we can just do these kind of becoming an orbs, which we do it. So we can do that, right? Let's look at doing this out here. You can do a lot of stuff out there. Sorry. Because it's going to be a ribbon, so we are trying to say it's a ribbon. So it's going to be a ribbon, so obviously ribbon means we'll be looking at a ribbon, so it'll be the same pattern. So we're not wanting to do multiple way of embellishment. Right, so we're just going to do this simple one and just leave it. Now what we're going to use, let's do this side. So I'm just going to draw the line, right? So we're going to use this, thickening it up, right? And then what we're going to use, just going to give a little inner line, just right. Now we're going to use the alphabet J. So let's start. right? So we're just using the alphabet J and creating it out here, and as we know that this is this direction, so this will be going, so we're just creating that line. Now we're going to go here and we're just drawing this line out here. Right, very simple. We're going to do today very simple work. So if you see here, I've done on my black tile, so you can see that. It's a very simple one. Just giving a little thickening on the edges. Thanks, Prasad sir. So we're just using the alphabet, and once we shade it, you can see the difference it will happen. And I will show you one because I played a little with colors also. Actually, I was making a thank you card for someone, and that's when this pattern and this kind of came into my idea. So then I thought, and now the latest craze with the project series, so I thought, right? So now we're going to again go ahead with this. Right, so we're just going with that, and this is up, so obviously we're going to go opposite, so we're just going to leave it here and we'll assume that and just leave it out. Now we'll start with again from a fresh, and we just continue with this one out here. So this is one way of doing J. There are a lot of way you can keep playing permutation and combination of it and then create it. If the one what I showed at the beginning of the session, if you see, these are actually all our alphabets. They're all alphabets out here. am doing it in a very, because it's a very simple one. So, and if you see, my strokes are very slow, and because I'm not in, if you see that the strokes are also very, because I'm doing it in the, so that's why I keep telling my students also, and I would tell you also that take your time. There's no hurry. There's no bus or a train which you need to catch, or a flight to catch. So take your own time and do it, and enjoy the process. Trust the process. That's what it is. Right? So we've done. Our tile is ready. Quick. So now let's do another. I don't think I want to do one more or something like that. So I'm just going to leave with this. Let's do something out here. So we're just going to draw one more string. Let's do a tag because it's a gift wrapper. Right. So we're just going to draw. I'm just inked up the string. This I had seen in one of the Japanese artists, and this usually I do it in this one, but I thought why not. Right, and then let's do. So now if you see that I'm not going to draw straight and kind of so that's why. Right, and then I could decorate it, because what I liked is that we always play around. So we'll try to do a fesco, or what, let's see, mocha voxen. Right, so let's do the same direction. Right, so we can just ink up this particular place. Right, just go do a little twin. That's it. So you want to write a message, you can write a message, or just leave it, or you want to do a little bigger tag, you want to do a bigger tag, you can do it. Actually, in this Certified Zentangle Teacher from Japanese, she's amazing. I love her work. Right, so here we're done. So if you want to write a message, you could write a message. So I did this one with a color, and I had a little message to it, and I added colors to it, and I did 2 different styles of it. And right, so let's go and do our shading on this. Right, so we'll first go ahead and go around the bow. and then we're going to use our dot lawn, just smoothing it up. Right, so we have here, and then we're going to go the outer one. The shading what I teach is not what the final one is. You can go ahead and use your own style. It's just a reference because we can do a lot, because we teach shading as one class itself where we go in depth and teach different ways. And we do as a focus class. Thanks, Preet. Right, and then we can go ahead and shade a little onto your bows, just the tips. Right, so we can just go smoothen it up. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and do these. Can you see that it kind of lifts up on your work? Right, now what we will do is, just to give a little more effect to it, we will just go on this particular place and we'll just smoothen it up here. Right, and then we go ahead on the edges, which we've done in most of the, when we do a straight, on both sides of the tile of the ribbon. It's going to go on both sides of it, and we're just going to go and smoothen it up, and we go in a circular motion, very soft. And if you want a little more flat, you just go on this direction. See, if I have not used graphite on this side, I'm using whatever graphite is on my stub, and I'm going ahead and doing it. Right, and then we'll just go down here, just going below this. That's it. And if you want to give a little three-dimensional effect, you can just do this part, very light graphite, smoothen it up. Our tile is ready. Any direction you can see it. As far as you don't write your alphabets or anything, any side your direction, it's going to be the same. Right, now that we have the border, now let's go onto the border. Let's not leave it plain. Right, so our tile is done. It's very simple one. We can do a little more, so we can just go in our one. You can keep shading and bringing in more life to it. So you can see this and this, different and nice. Here the way it is done, it's like a knotted one. This is just like a tagged kind of stuff. Thanks Shraddha. Thanks Sadhana. And if you see, because I've used graphite, let me just switch off the light, then maybe you will get to see the because the light kind of shines and takes the the glass on the graphite. Right, so you can use this. So enjoy. Thanks Jen. Do create it and do leave a comment and like my live session and the saved IGTV session. And if you find it difficult in navigating in through your IGTV while redoing the session, you could watch it on my YouTube. In my YouTube channel, these sessions are all archived out there, so you can watch it there. They're uploaded on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is same as Maya's Arts. Right, so see you all. Next week we wouldn't have a session. We would have a session the next corresponding week, taking off next week. So see you after a week plus, and till then have a nice time. Stay safe, take care. And if anyone is in India and they want these kind of tiles, do message me. I have these tiles of so which you want to purchase it. People in India, I send it across. So if you're interested, do message me, so that I have in different size and shapes and colors. So 3 colors primarily right now. Yeah, you actually can get to see the 3 colors out here: white, tan and a black out here. So in different shapes you have it. So you can message me if you're interested. Message me on my Insta. Right. See you all. I hope no one has got any questions to ask. Please do create your tile and do share it.